Alright, it's Henry again, and this is the first work in progress video for my B Club 1 to 100 scale Nightingale. And as you can see, I have gotten the entire kit assembled. And that's what I've been doing all week long since I uploaded the unboxing video, because it's taken me just about an entire week just to get this guy put together. So this is pretty much all I'm going to be showing you for the first work in progress video, because I haven't started painting yet, but that'll be the subject of the second work in progress video. So far I'm liking the way this guy is looking. As you can see, it's well, kind of hard to tell. It's a very, very large kit. It's a little bit hard to tell without a reference, but I'll work on that in a minute. You know, resin kit, so the whole thing's molded in this one shade of tan colored resin. It is a full action resin kit, so we got poly caps for everything. All the joints can move. He's relatively stable. He's not as stable as I would like him to be, but he's a bit more stable than the 1 to 144 scale Nightingale was that I built a couple years ago. The arms do have some weight issues just because of this giant shield and this giant beam rifle. But other than that, he's relatively stable. All of the joints that use polycaps are actually really secure, and I like that. The legs are a little bit weak, but then again, it's not like he's going to be bending his legs at all anyway. He's pretty much just going to be standing there. But all those weak joints that I just mentioned all can be tightened up with super glue anyway, so that's really not that big of a deal. And you know, the funnels can come out, and you know, all the thrusters and propellant tanks are on little polycap ball joints and all that stuff. He's got quite a few springs on him. Do a close-up right there in the neck. You've got a spring. You've got a spring going around the waist there. There's another one around back here. There's actually a couple of springs back there. Several springs, here on the beam rifle. So actually a lot of nice little metal option parts on this guy. And got all the thrusters up under the binders there. I actually considered going online and getting some like Kotobukiya plastic thrusters to replace these with. Not because they look any better, because I honestly think these are just resin recast of some Kotobukiya thrusters. I just wanted to get some bigger ones, and I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet or not. I needed to make that decision pretty quick because I'm about to start painting this guy. But the thrusters up there do look a little bit small, and I kind of wish they were bigger. Same thing with the propellant tanks. Honestly, it shouldn't be too hard for me to get some styrene tubes and not necessarily make them any bigger, just make them a little bit longer. You know, maybe 50% longer. And other than that, I'm really not planning to do much in terms of modification. Well, no, there are two other little modifications I want to do. The head is actually fixed pose. They've got the head just pegged in, which I found really odd because there's nothing keeping the head from rotating, so I'm probably going to go in and install a ball joint at the neck just so the head can have movement. I mean, why not? And these binders right here, they've got like, it's a combination of a metal pin and a poly cap that's holding them in place. And the way B Club has us do it, they're just kind of out to the side, just going straight out. And I was thinking about either just bending that joint or just going in and replacing it with like a hobby-based ball joint or something, so I can angle these backward a little bit, because they look kind of awkward to me coming straight out to the sides. I was wanting to kind of angle them back a little bit, sort of like these propellant tanks right here. I think that would look a little bit nicer. But angled straight out to the side, they actually do have a very wide, I guess quote-unquote wingspan. Let's see, that goes to 12, and then about there, it's just about 17 inches across for the binders. So very, very wide kit. He's much wider than he is tall. Height-wise, at the tip of that antenna on top of his head, he ends up being about 10.5 inches tall. So very, very large model kit. He comes with 5 different hands. Got 2 closed fists right there. Got 2 open hands. And then a trigger finger hand for the beam rifle. And for those of you who saw my clear resin casting tutorial a while back, I was casting those clear yellow beam effect parts from Master Grade Sotheby specifically for this kit. I've had this kit for over a year, and I just hadn't gotten around to building it because I've been busy with the Oz project until I decided, screw that, I'm just going to build Nightingale because I want to build it. And that's why I wanted those, because this kit unfortunately doesn't come with any clear beam effect parts. It comes with the little beam sword, there it is on the back of the shield, but it doesn't come with any beam effect parts for it. It doesn't come with any beam sabers at all, so I'll cast a second one of those, so we'll have 2 nice clear yellow beam sabers, and then Nightingale will be fully equipped. Let's see, I think that's just about it. I do want to do a quick little size comparison here. Here's your average sized 1:100 scale kit. That's your Death Scythe. Next to the Nightingale, so there you can see the size difference. He's about, I guess when you include this gigantic back skirt, about 4 times bigger, I guess, than your average 1:100 scale kit, and that's probably a conservative estimate. It might be 4.5, maybe even 5 times bigger, but nah, I think it's closer to 4. But anyway, the way I'm going to have to go about painting this guy is, he's mostly red, as you know, and if I try to, most of the time when I paint a kit, I try to paint all of one color in one sitting. Like I'll paint all the white parts at once, and then I'll paint all the blue parts at once, and then I'll paint all the gray parts at once. That's not going to work with Nightingale. Because some of these parts, like these binders and the shield and the back skirt, are enormous, and most of them are red. So if I try to paint all the red parts in one sitting, it's not going to happen. It just will not happen. So I'm thinking that I'm going to have to paint this guy in sections, like maybe one day paint the legs, then the next day paint the skirt armor, then the next day paint the torso, then the next day paint the arms and the weapons, and the next day paint the binders. So I think that's how I'm going to have to approach this guy and still be able to retain my sanity. So that will all be the subject of the second work in progress video, and that will be along sometime in the next couple of weeks, because it's going to take me a few days, actually several days, to get this guy painted. So that about does it for this video, and with that, I'll see you guys next time.